Uchikaska sinodi, uchikaska sinodi, uchikaska sino, uchikaska sino. Unkoiden mam hayo, uchikaska sino, uchikaska sino. Ipinen gonan in yad menuas, ito markas, uchikaska sino. Ochikaska sino, onkoimen mamaini, samochikaska sinoises.
Welcome to Mountain Maidu Language Class, Lesson 13. Today we'll add to our dialogue, and then we'll learn about the past tense you use to talk about things that happened to you, or that you saw with your own eyes and heard with your own ears. We'll also pick up a few new infixes and practice using them. For our dialogue, Donna and Daniel are sitting in the restaurant. The waitress asks, "Hasasakare? Minchim mokum wasasa yahaka?" Moku is a beverage of any kind. Repeat, moku. She's asking the two of them if they want some kind of drink. Mokum wasasa. Repeat, minchim mokum wasasa yahaka. Daniel says, "Ha'ah, sudan wasasa yahakas." Yes, I want some kind of soda. Suda is soda. Daniel says, "Coke ukare?" Do you have Coke? Really, this means, is there Coke? Repeat the question, is there any ukare? The waitress says, "Oui, Pepsi de ke ukan." No, there's only Pepsi. Repeat, Pepsi de ke ukan. Daniel says, "Hell, Pepsi nikme." Okay, give me Pepsi. Donna says, "Eye kupem momi nikme." Give me ice water. Eye is ice. Repeat, eye. Eye kupem means having ice. Ice having water is ice water. Repeat, eye kupem momi. The waitress says, "Hell, nuktino yewe makas." Okay, I'll be right back. Donna says, "Hesawanim peku peyahaka." What kind of food do you want to eat? Repeat. Hesawanim peku peyahaka. Daniel says, "Cheeseburger, fries, buyuksip makas aikate." I think I'll pick a cheeseburger and fries. Buyuksip means choose or pick out. Repeat, buyuksip. We translate aikate as I think, but it's more like possibly. Repeat, aikate. Repeat the sentence, I think I'll pick a cheeseburger and fries. Cheeseburger, fries, buyuksip makas aikate. Donna says, "Ni salad ape makas." I'm going to order a salad. Ape means ask for. And that's what you're doing in a restaurant when you order food, right? Repeat, I will order a salad. Salad, ape makas. In English, we often say going to or gonna, meaning future tense. In English, you might say, I'm gonna order a salad. Just remember that go is not a helping verb in Maidu for any verb tense. You have to use the future ma in Maidu when you're trying to say, I'm gonna do something. You can translate it into English as gonna or going to, but you can't use the go words like a koi or a no as helping verbs in Maidu. How would you say, I'm gonna eat some fish? Mako pemakas. Mako pemakas. Daniel says, I can kalem be'ayekan. Here comes the waitress. Repeat. I can kalem be ayakan. I can kalem be ayakan. The waitress says, Min cheki moku merato. Here are your drinks. Hesi ope maka. What are you going to order? Donna says, Gente salad nikme. Please give me a salad. Daniel says, Nias cheeseburger fries yahakas. Adom hutim chikinim yemba bebam. Hutim can mean fried or made with fat. Yemba is wing or wings. Repeat the words for fried chicken wings. Hutim chikinim yemba. Daniel says, Tomatum homa bebam nixoya mankano. Homa is soup. Repeat. Homa. Acorn soup is hamsim homa. Tomatum homa is tomato soup. Soya means go get something and bring it back. Repeat. Bring me. Nixoye maankano. Nixoye maankano. Now repeat. Bring me some tomato soup too. Tomatum homa bebam nixoya maankano. The waitress says, Hell, nuktina yawe makas. Donna says, Amanka kan tetet pik no pekum. That's a lot of food. Amam refers back to what was just talked about, like Daniel's whole order. Repeat, that's a lot of food. Amanka kan tetet pik no pekum. Daniel says, Ha'e tetet yahak okdom apekani pemakas. Yes, since I'm so hungry, I'm going to eat all of it. Literally, tetet yahat okdom means being so hungry. Repeat, tetet yahat okdom. Apekani means all. Repeat, apekani. Now repeat, I'm going to eat all of it. Apekani pemakas. Donna says, Ho, is that so? Or, Now I'll say the dialogue without comments and translations. Please repeat each line after me. The waitress says, Hasasa kare. Minchim mokum mosasa yahaka. He'e sura mosasa yahakas. Coke ukare. We Pepsi de ke ukan. Hell Pepsi nikme. Eyukupe momi nikme. Hell nuktina yawe makas. Hesawanem peku pe yahaka. Cheeseburger fries buyuksip makas aikate. Ni salad ape makas. I can kalem be yakan. Mincheki moku medato. Hesi ape maka. Gente salad nikme. Ni as cheeseburger fries yahakas. Adom hutim chikinim yemba bebam. Tomatum homa bebam nek soye mankano. Hel nuktina yawe makas. Amanka kantitet pik no pekum. He tetet yaha okdom a pekani pemakas. Ho. You've learned how to talk about what is going on right now, ongoing action in the present. I am writing, baldon kakas. But what if you wanted to say, I was writing, like yesterday? This requires a different verb tense called the past imperfect. Remember that imperfect just means ongoing, not completed. Usually when you use this verb tense in the past, you're about to tell what else happened while you were doing the action. I was writing a letter when he called. Today we'll learn how to say both the past imperfect, like I was writing, and the past perfect tense, like he called. I was writing while he called. These two tenses are used together to tell a story about what happened to you. The ongoing action in the past can be a backdrop for other actions which were sudden and complete. That is, perfect. Since all of these happened in the past, by now these actions are all over with. These two past tenses, like all the verb tenses you've learned so far, can only be used for what you experienced firsthand. You heard it with your own ears and you saw it with your own eyes. Here's a chart showing the verb endings for the past imperfect. Remember, this is for ongoing action in the past. So, for I was doing, or I was, the ending is as, or it can be asi. For two of us, we two, it's as, or asi. Remember that apostrophe or glottal stop can be where an H could be, ahasi. For we all, or we more than two, the ending is as, or it could be ase, or ahes, or ahesi. For you were doing, the ending is ano. For he, she, or it was doing, the ending is That's also the ending for they were doing, Notice the endings for this verb tense are almost like the used to tense without the sa. Remember, you saw us, you saw es, you saw no. The only difference is that for he, she, it, and they, the ending is instead of on. So hopefully you can remember these endings. Let's plug in a verb like weigh, speak, and go through the endings again. Repeat each one after me.
Weigh us.
I was speaking.
Weigh us. We too were speaking. Weigh us. We more than two were speaking. Weigh ano.
You were speaking.
Weigh
He, she, or it was speaking.
Weigh They were speaking.
We're going to listen to native speakers using this past imperfect verb tense. For each example, notice how it's ongoing and also how it's different from the present imperfect, which would be action still going on. Listen to Mame Gallagher say, I already knew. Hesman makitas.
Hesman makitas.
Listen to Mame Gallagher say, he was saying okay. Hel a'am.
Hewa.
Listen to Mame Gallagher say, ukoyam. He was leaving.
Goyam.
In both of these cases, a-am and akoy-am, she slows down her story to build suspense. The bad guy's at her door. She tells him to come back later. He was saying okay, and then he was leaving. But when you hear the story, you're in suspense. Is he really going to leave? Using this verb tense puts it in slow motion for a minute. Listen to Mame Gallagher say, I was going along driving the 2 horses by myself.
Unoas, pajo, niwet batano do.
Unoas means I was going along. Repeat, unoas. You know that kawayu is horse. What does kawayucho mean? A pair of horses, 2 horses. Repeat, kawayucho. Ni means I. Niniwet means all by myself. Repeat, niniwet. She was driving the horses all by herself when something else happened. Now listen to Mame Gallagher again and repeat after her.
Unoas, pajo, niwet batano do.
Listen to Mame Gallagher say, that white man was still coming after me, still yelling, saying to me, stop, stop.
Hukonum muing wolem nikoi payekam pelictunum yesano dom neki.
Hukoinum means still. Repeat, hukoinum. Pelip means yell or shout and can also refer to coyote howling. Peliptonum means continuing to shout at someone. The to infix means do something to someone. Easy to remember because it's spelled like English to, even though it's pronounced to. And the new infix in that word, peliptonum, the new infix means keep doing. New stretches out the action. Repeat peliptonum, continuously yelling at. Uye means come towards. Uyeka'am means he was coming towards at that time. Repeat, he was coming after me. Nikhoipai uyeka'am. He was coming. It wasn't all of a sudden. Now listen again to Mame Gallagher and repeat after her. That white man was still coming after me, still yelling, saying, stop, stop, to me.
Hukonum muing wolem nikoi payekam pelictunum yesano dom neki.
Listen to Dan Williams say, I was swimming out.
Pusibas.
P is a verb that means swim. Sip is an infix meaning outward. Pisip as means I was swimming out. Listen again and repeat.
Pusibas.
Listen to Mame Gallagher say, as soon as it was dark, we were all spending the night in the ramshackle house.
Kulumani bay uyukes came body.
Kulu means dark. Kulumini Bay means as soon as it was dark. Repeat, Kulumini Bay. Kayam means rickety, old, ramshackle. Not talking about people, just things like buildings. Repeat in the ramshackle house. Mumkayam habori. Uyuk means spend the night somewhere that's not at home. It can also mean camp out. Repeat, we were all spending the night. Uyuk es. Now listen to Mame Gallagher say, as soon as it was dark, we were all spending the night in the ramshackle house. And repeat after her.
Klumani bay uyukes came body.
Listen to Mame Gallagher say, we were all sleeping, and repeat.
2 years.
We were all sleeping until something happened. She's setting the scene. Tui es. Tui es. We don't have any recordings of this past imperfect verb tense with you, but here are a couple from the old Tom Young stories. You were telling me about a danger-filled world. Pipem corona kayeano. Means danger. Repeat. P means be filled. You just learned P, swim, but that one doesn't have the stress on the P. So if you wanted to say one who swims, you would say pipem. If you wanted to say one that is filled, you would say pipem. So pipem is one that's filled, and pipem is one that swims. Makeka? A world that is filled with danger is pipem koro. Repeat. Pipem koro. You were telling about is kaye ano, ongoing action in the past. Repeat. Kaye ano. Now say the whole sentence. You were telling about a danger-filled world, or a world filled with danger. Pipem korona kaye ano. Another example from a Tom Young story is you were wanting so bad to come to this land. Uning korona tetet yaha ano. Remember, the infix yaha means want to do. Yaha means want to come. Repeat. Yaha. When you use the past imperfect, wanting to come is not a one-time action. She's been wanting to come there for a while. It's been ongoing. Now, repeat the sentence, you were so wanting to come to this land. Uning korona tetet yaha ano. We also don't have any recordings of someone saying, we too were doing. But here's an example from Tom Young. Wile dao ha hasi. We too were running away. Notice in this case the H was pronounced. Wile is run. Wile dao is run away or run off. Wile dao ahasi. We too were running away. As I mentioned before, the glottal stop can show a missing H. So it could be either wile dao ahasi or wile dao aasi. Repeat, we too were running away. Wile dao ahasi. The other tense we'll learn today is the past perfect. When you're telling a story about something that happened to you in the past, you use this verb tense and the imperfect past tense. The imperfect past that you just learned is action that went on for a while or led up to something. The perfect tense that you will learn now is for more sudden or abrupt actions. This tense requires a new verb partnership. The verb partner is cum, attached to the end of the action verb. This verb partner comes before the helping verb. The helping verb is ma, be or do, with the same endings you just learned for the past imperfect. For example, I left would be akoikum mas. Akoikum mas. Here's a chart showing the helping verb ma with the person endings. Repeat each one after me. Mas, the one we just heard. Mas, I was. We too can be ma'as, or ma'asi, or ma'ahasi. We more than two can be ma'as, ma'asi, or ma'ahes, or ma'ahesi. We all were. You were is ma'ano. He, she, or it was is ma'am. And also, they were is ma'am. Shipley spelled it ma'as and ma'am, and wrote it as separate words from the verb. Dixon, who wrote down the Tom Young stories, wrote it as mas and mom, without any glottal stops. I'm not sure which is better. You'll have to listen and see if you're hearing ma'as or mas and spell it like you hear it. And I might spell it different ways at different times myself. When you translate it into English, you just translate it as regular past. It's a little hard for us as English speakers to deal with this tense, which has two verb partners in might do, but in English it translates to just one word. Akoikamas means I left. So it's just left. It's not am leaving or anything like that. Even though I'm not sure what the meaning of cum is in this tense, it helps if you think of it as at that time. Akoikamas, I left at that time. It's a one-time action. You won't translate it like that into English because it would end up being too repetitious, but it might help if you could keep that translation in the back of your mind. Let's listen to native speakers using this past perfect verb tense and repeat after them. Listen to Mame Gallagher say, I slept.
Tuikamas.
Tuikamas. Listen to Mame Gallagher say, I arrived in that place.
Amari riknokumas.
Listen to Mame Gallagher say, I looked all around at everything.
Jehe noekumas.
Listen to Mame Gallagher say, I laid everything in my suitcase.
Niki haroikidi womit boskumas.
Wowomit means lay something down. You remember the mit infix meaning down into? Wowomit bos also includes the infix bos, meaning completely or all. So she put everything down into her suitcase, or she finished packing her suitcase. Listen again and repeat after her.
Niki haroikidi womit boskumas.
Listen to Mame Gallagher say, Akum mas. I said.
Akumas.
Now compare this to when she said he was saying okay in the same story. Hel a'am. That a'am means he was saying. Akumam means he said. Makika. Listen to Dan Williams say, Akumam Nick. He said to me.
Akumam.
Listen to Mame Gallagher say, Akoikamas. I left.
Ukoikumas.
Compare this with akoyam. He was leaving, from the same story when she was building suspense. Akoyam. He was leaving. Akoykumas. I left. See the difference? Suddenly she left. But then she packed up her suitcase and left quickly, suddenly. Boom, boom, boom. That's what you use the past perfect for. Listen to Mim Gallagher say, we all went off to the country. Akoykumaes means we all left. Did you hear the ma'es? It was a little hard to hear. That's the ending for we all did. I'll slow it down a little and see if you can hear it and repeat. Listen to Dan Williams say, Yodoikumas. I came up out of the water. Compare that to when he said, I was swimming out. Pisip as. Was swimming. I was swimming out. He says, Yodoikumas. I came up suddenly out of the water. One time sudden action. Kumas. Listen to Mim Gallagher say, that man led me up to show me my room. Notice she calls her hotel room place where I will sleep. Niki tuimape. Repeat. Niki tuimape. Cheti means show, and cheti maro means in order to show. So, repeat, in order to show me where I will sleep. Niki tuimape nik cheti maro. Now, listen to the whole sentence again and repeat after her. Now, let's learn how to ask questions in the past. You know how to ask questions like, Hesi maka, what are you doing? Or homonim makare, who is it? But what if you wanted to ask a question about the past? What if you wanted to say, what were you doing? Or who was it? You just add the word sui to make a question in the past. It's a strange little word. Repeat, sui. Again, Shipley spells it with a glottal stop, like sui, and Dixon just spelled it sui. So spell it the way you hear it. You can add sui to the question forms you already know, ending in ka and kade, for example. This is for abrupt actions in the past. For example, from a Tom Young story, Hesati marom unina sui hoiwihaka. Why did you bring him here? This is said by the grandma to the sun man after he carries off her grandson. Hesati marom, which I translated as why, really means for what kind of harming somebody. See how Maidu words often have a lot more information to them than we translate into English? Repeat, Hesati marom. Sui hoiwihaka means did you bring or lead someone. Sui makes it a past tense question. Listen and repeat the whole sentence. Why did you bring him here? Hesati marom unina sui hoiwihaka. Here's another from Tom Young using just the regular question form for you. Sui hisaka. what did you do? If the sui wasn't there, it would just be, what are you doing? Repeat the question, what did you do? Sui hesaka. Besides using the regular question forms for one-time actions, you can also use the past imperfect tense that we just learned today. This is for questions about something that's been going on, not just a one-time event. Notice it's not a special question form like ka and kare are. What makes it a question is adding the word sui. Here are some more examples from Tom Young. Mi sui chewe ano? Have you yourself been noticing? Mi sui chewe ano. Chewe means notice. Repeat, chewe. By putting this in the imperfect past tense, the question is about something that's been going on, not a sudden thing. Have you been noticing? So repeat, have you yourself been noticing? Mi sui chewe ano? Here's another one using chewe, notice. Unim kodoidi sui woram maidem bispem maweam chewe ano sui? This sentence has two questions in it. One of the questions is chewe ano sui? Have you been noticing? The other question is, in this country, have there been human dwellings? So that's why there are two suis in this sentence. Two questions. Repeat the part of the sentence asking, in this country, have there been human dwellings? Unin koroidi sui wonam maidam bispem maweam? Now repeat the whole sentence with the two questions. Unin koroidi sui wonam maidam bispem maweam chewe ano sui? Another one from Tom Young's stories. What danger were you referring to? Hesim uhu sui maye ano. Mai means say or mean something. Maye means refer to something, talk about it. Repeat the question, what danger were you referring to? Hesim uhu sui maye ano. Now, in this lesson we picked up some new infixes. To, meaning to someone, is easy to remember because it's spelled like English to. This infix means the action is happening to someone else. So you can compare oda means encounter, odato means meet someone. Repeat, odato. Onkoi means beat or outsmart, come out on top. Onkoito means beat someone, outsmart someone. Pe is eat. Petol is eat with someone. Repeat, petol. Toto means together or to each other. Petoto means eat together. Onkoitoto means beat each other. The new infix that we learned today means lasting action. Compare the word che, look or see, and the word chenu, watch or stare at. The new infix changes the word into lasting action. For example, chesito, look across at something or someone. Chesitonu, gaze across. Gaze takes longer. Chesitonu. Don means grab or catch. Doninu means hold on to. Now you're not only grabbing it, you're holding on to it. Doninu. Chi is get dressed. Chinu is keep your clothes on. Repeat, chinu. Honwe means live. Honwenu means survive. Honwenu. You can combine in infixes, as you know. You can combine to and nu, as in pelip, shout, yell or howl, like we learned today. Pelip tonu, keep shouting at someone. Sip means do something outward, like we learned. Pisip, swim out. You learned sweep, hebas, last time. Hebasip means sweep out. Hebasip. You learned lakuno, go into a building, last time. Luksip means exit out of a building. Luksip. Sito, which you already learned, meaning across, is actually sip plus to. You learned pisip, swim out, today. Pisito is swim across. Su, wem tikas, chamakas min chimen, yahat bispada.